Samir, we're ready to start.
Yes, inshallah. Yeah.
Sure. Alhamdulillahi wassalatu wassalam alayka ya Rasulullah. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Brother Wajihuddin on behalf of the Dur Hospitality Company and Ar Rahman Guest and Travels. Glad to see you all once again. We are for the Hajj 2025 preparation. Today's session is going to be a continuation of the last week's session that we had. We will be talking and updating you a few things that are now known from the last week, but also helping you prepare for the upcoming Hajj journey. I hope you and your family members are all doing well and preparing for this upcoming once in a lifetime journey. As much as you are all preparing, I am excited to be preparing you all to make sure that this Hajj 2025 journey is comfortable and you all benefit the best out of the time and money that you are all going to be spending. With that, I'm going to go in and start today's session. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. With that, we will go in, and then, as usual, I just wanted to take you through some inspirational videos that I have been able to gather. Just like how much we are preparing, even the people back in Saudi Arabia are preparing their holy sites, and we'll look through this in this short video. All right. I hope that inspires you all to be back with us and then looking forward for that Hajj journey. As much as you are eager, I am eagerly looking forward to taking you all on there, inshallah. By that, what we have so far covered, I wanted to quickly touch base on what we have been doing. We have had an introduction with the Dur and the Al Haman guest team. You were able to meet the DOOR representative last week, and we also covered what to expect in the next few weeks: the e-visas, flight tickets, package transportations, vaccinations. We talked about a little bit about the luggage, and most importantly, we talked about how the communication should be happening during the Hajj. Quick updates: e-visas have started getting issued. From the poll that we had put up in our WhatsApp group, we can see about 50 to 60% people have started receiving the e-visas. And those who have not received it yet, do not worry. There is still time. In the next coming few days, you will also be getting issued the e-visa. As I have mentioned in the past webinars, look for the email in your registered email of Nusuk. Look for the subject line of Saudi e-visa. That should be in your inbox. For any reason, if it is gone to a spam, you may want to search by the email address that I'm going to be putting in the chat. That's like info@mof@gov.sa. I believe that's the email address, and you can search for that particular email if it has by any chance gone to a spam. Otherwise, I will be following up with each one of you to ensure that you all have the e-visas issued in at least in next couple of weeks. Sometimes it has taken time up until close of the departure, and it happens. And we do not know as to what order the Nusuk or the ministry picks up those processing of the e-visas. In some cases, part of the family may have been issued the visa, some of them may not have received, and it's okay. That's normal. We have seen this happen, and it is expected to also happen this time. But I will be following up and ensuring that everybody has the e-visas for the next couple of weeks. We will be monitoring to ensure that everybody has the visa for going for Hajj. As for the flight tickets, those are also going to be coming in soon along with the package transportation. Uh, those that have the package transportation purchased outside of the nusuk, outside of the package that you had chosen as part of a public package, the Harmain train tickets, if you have purchased that one, you should be receiving that in your email as well. So look out for that. I will be asking for a couple of things from you all. One is the Hajj itinerary. It is required for me to facilitate and coordinate your arrival at either Jeddah or in Medina. It's important that I have that information, and so that when you land in either at Jeddah or in Medina, we have people to take care of you, to receive at the airport, or to guide you at the airport as to how you should be going and where you should be going to at a certain time and day when you arrive in these particular port of arrivals. So people who have provided me the Hajj itinerary, Jazakumullah khair. People who have not yet provided, if you can send me the Hajj itinerary PDF, that will be greatly appreciated so that I have that information handy, and we will start coordinating your arrival. And then the next week when we have the Hajj itinerary session, we will be sharing more details on that. Communication, just like how I mentioned, if you do not have that information and you're unable to attend last week's session, go back and review the recordings that we have put up on the YouTube channel. All right, another reminder here is to have these in a file with you. Very important. I know you all have your hard copies of this one or the originals of this one, but it's also important that you keep a copy of this with you in a file. That it is a whether it's a passport for you and your family members, green card, PR card, and whatever is applicable for your countries. Make sure you have a copy of that with you apart from the original. We never know where you can be losing it for any reason. If you lose a baggage that had all this information, so it's always better you have these in a file stored separately from the original documents that you will be carrying. Copy of the Hajj visas, if you have already been issued, take a printout of that one, store it in a file. Airline tickets, when it gets issued for those who are with the custom packages, but those who have already got the custom flights from the public packages, they should also be taking the printout of those airline tickets. Proof of vaccination, we talked about this last week. The vaccination, if you have not scheduled it, please do it now and get the certificate. Make sure that it has its your name, and if at all possible date of birth, and if possible the passport number on it. You need to carry that as a means of proof for having taken the vaccination of meningitis immunization. That is ACYW 135, by the way. Copy of the Nusuk email confirmation. I know you think it's not so much required, but I will always suggest that you have this copy of the Hajj itinerary, the one I talked to you about. It needs to be there for you to refer back to, or at least to have it shown to whoever is going to be asking you at the point of entry, and likewise. Emergency contact numbers. Have this in a file. Very important, and I'm going to cover this in the next slides. So once again, a reminder to have these in your file. Make a note of these as we go into the next session. I'm going to talk about what emergency contact numbers and why it is needed. We are going in a Hajj journey. It's You may be thinking, well, it's just 10 days. I tell you, based on our experience, it becomes so crucial to have this emergency contact information with the guides and the service providers during the Hajj for these several reasons that I have noted down. Immediate assistance in case of any medical emergencies or accidents. Guides and service providers can quickly contact the designated emergency contacts to provide you the timely assistance. Safety and security. Having emergency contact information ensures that the pilgrims are safe and secure throughout their journey. It allows the guides to coordinate with local authorities and emergency services if needed. Lost and found. You have about 2.5 million pilgrims coming into these sites, everybody at the same place. Chances are that you may get lost from your family companions. it's bound to happen. It's not going to happen with everybody. Some people may have been lost there, and many people get lost during this Hajj journey. So, if a pilgrim gets lost or separated from their group, guides can use the emergency contact information to locate and reunite them with their group or family. Legal administrative support. Emergency contacts can assist with any legal or administrative matters that may arise during the pilgrimage, ensuring that the pilgrim's needs are met promptly. So once again, I'm going to ask you and advise you all to share the information of the guide and tour with your family. It's also important because they have to reach us in case they are unable to reach you. Remember, I told you it's all about communication. The only means of communication that we have is the mobile devices. It's the WhatsApp channel, maybe phone if you have the wireless calling available with you. But signals and the internet connectivity is all based on the place and time. So it's better that you have more than one person with the emergency contact information and share this emergency contact information with your guide. And having both of these people, both your emergency people who you have designated and you both on the WhatsApp, because that's the means of communication. So make a note of this, please. If you have not done this, it's time now that you start thinking about this, about who those emergency contact informations are. And as a guide, as this group for me, for whom I have been right now officially been assigned, I ask that you share me your emergency contact information so that I have it handy in my notes as well as in my contact list so that I know who to contact in case of all these unforeseen conditions. All right. Last will and testament. Uh, Once again, I know I'm covering this, but you may be thinking, while we are just going there for 10 days, or 14 days, or 21 days. Brothers and sisters, as my teacher Abu Muhammad Al Maghribi Hafidullah has been saying, death is certain, tomorrow is not. Uh, and when you go into Hajj, you will see almost in every salah there is about 20-25 people having passed away, and then their janazah prayers have been conducted. Every prayer, young, old, middle age, no previous conditions, anything can happen. So ensuring that we are all preparing for this journey is important, and ensuring compliance with the Islamic law makes it much more important for people who are in the Western countries, in the European countries, because that does not apply into the lands of Western countries and things. So Islamic law mandates that Muslims should have a will. If they have any assets or bequests to make, this ensures that their estate is distributed according to the Sharia, which may differ from the local state laws. The unexpected events that I talked about, given that large number of people attending Hajj, accidents can happen, has happened in the past, and we can't rule out anything in this year either. Having the last will and testament ensures that your affairs are in order in case of any unforeseen events. You are with the peace of mind, knowing that your legal and financial matters are settled, can provide peace of mind, allowing you to focus on your spiritual aspects of your pilgrimage. Please understand that whatever I'm saying is as an advice, but is not compiled with any legal expertise. To feel free to have legal entity review and confirm if you have any concerns. It's my advice to have this done, and I have done it in the past. I would advise you to do the same. And there are some forms that I can share. We can put you these links. Again, as I said, it is subject to your own and review. If you do it, also get it notarized. Keep a copy with yourself. Keep a copy with the person who you have assigned as the representative for your will. That ensures that you are going with a peace of mind. I just want to make sure that I cover this, as I felt this is an important topic that many people sometimes just ignore it for the fact have not thought about it. But going in there is, something that I wanted to be well prepared with. All right, the season in the Hajj time, we are going to be going once again at a very uh, hot weather time. Is this consideration cannot be ignored. Very important consideration. You got to plan for Hajj during this hot weather, which can soar from 110 to 116 degrees, 45 to 50 degrees easy any time of the day. You got to make sure that you are hydrated, seek medical advice using electrolytes, enhanced drink tablets that we have actually shared in here. You need to make sure that you are under the shade, using of wet towels, water sprays, cold packs, particularly during your times in Arafat, standing in the train station in Arafat, Muzdalifah, as you walk around. Yeah, by the way, it's in the night. You still are going to feel the temperatures. If you think, well, Muzdalifah is in the night, you will feel it. Trust me, I have experienced it and you will see it for yourself. Mina, as and when you walk out. I cannot, tell you how much of an importance this is, and that's why I'm repeating this from the past webinar that we had. Just want to make sure that you are preparing for this hot weather. And as I go into the next of these slides, you got to avoid prolonged exposure to the sun. Wherever possible, stay in the shade. If you are sensitive to sunlight, consider perfume-free sunscreen lotions. Keep your pace, take plenty of rest wherever you can, whenever you can. Consider some daily vitamin supplements to boost your immune system for energy. Consider taking energy bars during your time, during the monastic time. Wear light clothes. Men are considered for thobe, salwar kameez, baggy pants. Women salwar kameez, baggy pants, long dress under the abaya. Umbrella use, very important. There are going to be providing the umbrellas in by the service providers, but look for what makes it more comfortable for you. In If you are living from your place and you think this is a much more better umbrella with an ultraviolet protection, then consider taking one with you. And you got to use this every time you step out during the day. It helps you for this important reason: heat stroke. Many of the casualties that happen only because of the heat stroke. Once again, I'm emphasizing this: heat stroke. No matter how much young, how much strong you are, that can happen to anybody. And I have had my own experience with the heat stroke. So once again, you got to be prepared for this one. So umbrella is one of the tools and things that you can use all the time, every time you step out in the sun. And using that would prevent you most likely from the heat stroke that can be caused otherwise without using an umbrella. General hygiene and precautions. There are a lot of people who will be
Brother
there.
Vaji, I want to add maybe one more thing there.
Yes, please go ahead, Samir.
That hand shower thing, that is also very helpful in heat.
Yeah,
You can put a water in there and shower on your head because if it gets too hot or you are feeling too hot, it moves. Sometimes you get it in the kit which service provider provide you, or you can get it outside somewhere, or you can get it from here as well. But that's really helpful. Or the cold pack where you can put it gets cold with the water, or that those things are really useful once you are exposed to the sun. That's something to add there.
yeah. Jazakallah khair, brother Samir. Yep. And in this place, right, you have more lot of people. You probably have never seen this many people. Nobody probably has seen that many people, and no other place in the world has so many people at the same time. Exposing to people who are out there wearing a mask whenever possible will definitely help you from any kind of viral diseases that can be there going on, and that is what I would recommend. Avoid direct and prolonged exposure to the sun. As we said, stay in the shade. Umbrellas, goggles, and sunglasses, if you can wear, protects you from the ultraviolet rays. Avoid strenuous activities out in the sun, especially before the start of the Hajj. And this is again important. We all, as a package, most almost everybody is going to Medina, by the way. Medina is a place where you want to really prepare yourself for the upcoming Hajj days. The most strenuous time that is going to be there is the 8th, 9th, 10th, and maybe 11th. These are the days when you got to retain that energy. For that, you want to store your energy. So avoid as much as possible any kind of strenuous activities in the sun, especially before the start of the Hajj days of 8th, 9th, and 10th, 11th, and 12th. You really need that energy. So for that, you need to avoid prolonged standing. Yes, in cases where you are going to be anticipating that you got to be standing, then better sit down. Just sit down, lay down wherever you can, rather than standing and waiting in line. Let's say, for example, immigration. Let's say in case of a flight check-in, in case of boarding a bus. All these are places where you should consider, okay, can I have some space here to sit down? Possible, like sit down on the ground. Possible, of course, you got to be in the shade when you come into Saudi Arabia. You got to take note of that one. Avoid, drink water bottles. As many as you can carry. It's an important part of your diet. Drink adequate amount of liquids and fluids, as much as you can. Carry as much water bottles as you can in a string drawback backpack. Carry wet towels, panels, whatever you can. Generally, during this Hajj, for your Hajj rituals to be ease, maintain regular meals. Wash your hands before and after eating. Avoid unusual foods. You will be, tempted to eat many foods as you land into Medina and maybe in Mecca during the beginning of the Hajj. As much as you can, avoid those unusual foods. And once again, emphasizing drink a sufficient amount of fluids. Make sure to protect your feet while walking during Hajj. This is another thing that commonly found with people, having cracked feet, heels. So protect your feet from the heat and from the exposure to sun. That's something that you want to make sure that your feet is protected as you get into the Hajj days. That feet is needed for you to walk lots of miles that you are going to be putting, lots of steps that you are going to be putting in during the Hajj days of 8th, 9th, 10th, and 12th. All right, another ways. If you can't walk and you need a wheelchair assistance, you will definitely need at the point of airport. Then something that you can do is request the airline for the wheelchair assistance. For any reason, if you cannot walk, the the airline should be providing you the wheelchair for you at the point of the check-in to the boarding place, and also if you have to, deplane in the point of, layoffs, there you have to ask for wheelchair assistance. The airline should be able to assist and provide you there. If you need a wheelchair for the tawaf or sa'i, then that can be arranged in the haram area. You see the people out there in one of these pictures that you are seeing. This is a government provided or authorized people who are ready to push you in a wheelchair. They are operators basically operating without any regulatory control on the price. However, so you have to negotiate with them and have them drop you off at a place or take you from one place and then complete the tawaf and sa'i, and you need to talk out the terms. I know most of them speak Arabic, but some of them have started speaking in English too. They can talk to you in a little bit of broken English, but they should be able to communicate with you. But if you need any assistance there, check with your guide and have them negotiate for you. Uh, and you want to make sure that you pay only at the end of the service. So for that, you need to carry cash for this particular service. So they are not going to use a credit card, debit card, anything of that nature. So you need to have currency of the reals with you. We anticipate a cost of like 80 to 100, US dollars, close to about 370 riyals. Sometimes it peaks up during the time of the Hajj, depending on the service. But the Sa'i and Tawaf varies uh, from the service that you are going to be using for the Tawaf itself. Generally, they have two types of services, one with the wheelchair and another one is with the driven cart. So that's another chart. So you pick up whatever service is best for you and your family member and use these services at the haram areas. Now, you can also bring your own wheelchair if you are dependent on a wheelchair and traveling with a family member who can assist. Bring your own wheelchair is also highly recommended. There are other purchase options that you can buy, but some family member definitely has to use, should be there to push the wheelchair. The wheelchairs are available in pharmacies in Mecca and Medina, as well as general stores, as like Bin Dawood is the most commonly found store. Anything like a Walmart or anything like those big super markets that you have. Approximate cost is about USD 100 to 125 from what we know. Carry a bicycle lock with you to secure the wheelchair during the manasiks of the Hajj, as you leave that behind so that you can come back and take it out. But if you are at the end of the Hajj, if you don't need it, you can of course donate it at the end of the Hajj. Now, if you need wheelchair assistance during the monastic days of the Hajj, you can let us also know. There is part of your additional services. We need to consolidate that list and send that request to DOOR so that they have an account of how many people need the wheelchairs. But again, there can be only limited quantity if you go in at the last moment. So want to make sure that we are prepared. So if you need the wheelchair assistance, or rather maybe the wheelchair itself, then please send me a text or chat on my chat so that we can consolidate that list. All right, on the electrical power, we are right now covering this another topic that as we go into the Saudi Arabia, our power usage and the power usage in Saudi Arabia is very different from what we have in US and Europe. For that matter, here are some electrical plugs and outlets and adapters that you need to carry. As you can see, US considers like 120 volts for the power consumption, and like Europe has 230, and I believe Saudi Arabia is 220. For that hertz is about 60 hertz for US and Canada. 50 hertz is what is used in Europe. 60 hertz is what is used in Saudi Arabia. These are some of the common plugs and universal adapters that you can purchase before your journey. They are needed for number one to charge your electronic devices, iPhone, phones, iPads, any of your electronic devices, be it laptops if you are carrying one. Um, and for you to use inside of Saudi Arabia, you need these adapters. Want to make sure that you have this information. Uh, and another point is also about the power banks. Yes, there are power outlets available in your hotels, but also inside of the Mina camps, both inside of Majar al Kabsh as well as in Al Muasim. You will have power connections, but having a power bank is advisable. And we recommend that about 20,000 megahertz at some power bank is what I would say. Carry that, ensure it is fully charged before you go to Mina, just in case you are moving on the way and if you lose the power, you have this handy to charge back your devices, particularly the phones. Some other items to carry, as I said, these are all some of the personal items that we will be covering in the next few slides. Mobile phones, smartphones, unlocked is better, as we mentioned last week. Phone chargers and cables, put them in a bag. Universal adapters that we talked about. Extension cards, they are going to be helpful. Sometimes you will probably have more than one of your group members needing to charge more than one device. Then the extension cards are going to be helpful. The power bank we talked about, a small flashlight would help you just in case in the night you're stepping out or you need that for any reason. A small flashlight is recommended. Headphones, AirPods, if you want to listen to Quran or any other lectures of the Hajj or anything, just so that it does not disturb anybody else, you can put on the headphones and AirPods so that it does not disturb any other pilgrims there. Neck fan, another item that I would recommend is this helps you kind of get you some cool air coming out of that device when you are walking, particularly during the Hajj Manasik days in Mina, Arafat. It's something that you can look for. There are a lot of different neck fans that are available. These are some of the personal items that I would recommend for you to carry for your Hajj and start preparing for this. All right, money, important thing to consider for your journey. These are some of the exchange rates that are going on currently for the US, you know, the pound, the euro. that those rates could be fluctuating. For most part, I know USD has been stagnant with 3.75. These are some of the currencies that you are going to be seeing in there. Money exchange, I would suggest that you do not exchange it before your departure, because some of these money exchange that happens in your local country, like in US or in Canada or in London, likewise in anywhere in Europe, Paris or Netherlands, they locally charge more or provide you less of an exchange for the money that you are giving. So my advice is, if you land into Jeddah or in Medina, there are a lot of exchange counters. While you are preparing to board the bus, you go into those exchange counters and then they give you a better rate. Use your currency at the airports in Jeddah and Medina to exchange the money and have the local currency from there on, rather than carrying it. Yeah, I mean, if you really want to have some currency, think about maybe exchanging a few $10, maybe a few £10, €10, just to have some money of the local currency in that point of entry itself. But my advice is wait until you arrive at the airports in Jeddah and Medina. You will have many counters there, and you can walk up to the counter, and they will be asking you for a passport to complete the exchange transactions. Typically, for some of the people, we would advise that you carry about 500 USD per person, equivalent. You can have about close to say 600 pounds, or likewise about 600 euros to carry. This is not including for the gifts, mostly for your personal expenses, and advise you to carry relatively new currency notes, so that those will be exchanged not only at the airport by means of, but also some businesses accept the currency there. I know most of the stores accept USDs, but you're using pound, I'm sure they will be accepting those as well, and you get almost the same rate as what is being offered, but maybe lesser than what otherwise you would get at the exchange counter at the airport. This, by the way, does not include gifts. This does not also include the hadi money that you will probably have to be paying, or any kind of dam related thing that you probably have to have more money for that one. But we'll talk about that in the upcoming slides or in the next sessions. Credit card and debit card are also accepted inside of Saudi Arabia. So most of the business in Mecca and Medina accept Visa, MasterCard, Amex card. Uh, some some businesses I have seen ask for additional transaction fees, but it depends on business. Small businesses, they say we want you to charge like 5% or 6% because they have to pay for the card transactions, and if it is okay with you, you probably want to do that. However, check with your respective issuing bank for foreign transaction fees and exchange rates. That may vary from bank to bank or card to card. You just want to make sure how best you can use any of these means of financial elements as you go into the Hajj. Just wanted to make sure that you are prepared for this one, and any questions that you have, definitely put that in the chat and it answer those. Uh, the other thing is, of course, you can also buy ihram, belt, and clothing. My advice to you all is, do not carry an ihram. Ihram, because we're all going straight into Medina. Nobody is actually going into Mecca. Only if you're going into Mecca, then you probably have to have an ihram ready. Ihram is the clothing that I'm talking about, the clothing and the belt that you need to carry. It's easy when you go into Mecca, or rather Medina, to buy an ihram for yourself and a family member, so that it's less weight to carry for you from your destination. And maybe you'll get a better deal also from the one that you are going to be otherwise purchasing online. Only thing is, of course, you would be probably having to go out in Medina and look out. But trust me, as you step out of the hotel, you will see many stores having the ihram right in the doorstep, and you can pretty much walk in and then check out the prices. And as you try to negotiate, and that's another key that you need to practice, is negotiate, and then you get a good price. Buy the ihram there for you and your family members. This is only for the men, by the way. And that is kind of a thing that you probably need money for as well. Gifts and presents, you need money there for buying dates, thobes, prayer mats for your loved ones, uh, udhiya. Qurbani, if you want to do purchase that Adhai, you can also use online by using the bank card. But if you want to pay cash, that's something that you need the money for. And those are the expenses that you need to have in addition to what I mentioned in the previous slide. Sadaqah, if you want to give some sadaqah, it's a good time for you to give sadaqah jariyah there. Keep some currency notes, 5, 10 riyals. It's good time to tip the hotel room cleaning staff, people serving, cleaning haram. That's a good time for generosity. So keep some cash with you as you step out of the hotel. Consider, making sadaqah there at that point. General items, you want to pick up some food for yourself, something to try it out. Those are the reason why you would need money for. And then you have dam or fidya, the aza as we call it, for missing out any wajibat actions or any other violations of Hajj. You can't do that after you go back, so obviously you want to finish it up when you are done with the Hajj. We will talk about this in our religious and fiqh related matters of Hajj. But for now, this is just for the sake of carrying money with you. So consider how much adding maybe another 500 500 USD on top of what I said earlier on about the 500 US dollars. Some personal items, toiletries to add in, toothbrush, toothpaste needed for you. Of course, you can also purchase in there as you land it, but I advise you putting it in a bag. Unscented soap, see if you can purchase online. You will get it in Amazon and elsewhere. A small mirror for you to, comb or use. Nail clippers, small scissors, hair comb, etc. Bath and hand towels, small towels for your use in Mina, Kleenex, small packets, use them, pack it up, light cotton clothing for the hot weather, whatever is comfortable for you. Make sure that you only carry those that are comfortable for you, and those are the ones, and do not over, pack yourself. Spray bottle that can be used for wudu, and if feeling hot, as Brother Samir said, it becomes important there also when you are feeling hot to spray on top of your head or in your face. Disposable and razor and shaving cream. This is actually very good because if you can do your own shaving of the head, or somebody can do it for you, that will be good because the at the time of the mina for shaving of the head, there is a lot of people who are trying to get it at the same time. I would advise that have one of these ready with you just in case you are unable to get to, and you can also get it in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca or Medina, by the way. So some of the personal items for toiletries that we recommend that you carry with you. Camping kit, as you go in to Mina, a small carry bag as a small size of a roll on used to carry on, just like how we do with the airlines, to pack your necessary stuff needed for your stay in Mina. Remember, we are not going to be coming back to the hotel until the 10th or maybe 11th, in cases where we have to go and do the tawaf with the ifada. Then that's where you basically use the clothing for, to change from the ihram to regular clothing. That's the carry-on bag that you need for. A backpack, drawstring bag to put in some personal stuff as you go in from Mina to Arafat to Muzdalifah. That's also recommended. Also to put in your shoes or your slip-ons. That that backpack is definitely going to help you. Sunglasses, preferably with a neck strap so that it doesn't fall off. If you wear any prescription glasses, take a spare one. You never know if you're going to lose that one. You don't want to be caught up without your prescription glasses. Sleeping bag, sheet, inflatable pillow, it can be beneficial to you if you're traveling and has a layoff there. But everybody in Muasim and Muzdalifah will be provided with a sleeping bag, so you don't have to worry about it. But this is only for the places where you are kind of in a layoff period where you probably need it for taking rest. Neck pillow in your travel, or also in places where you are unable to sleep, that neck pillow can also be handy for you. Night eye mask is important because in places like Mina, generally when you want to take rest, it's one place where you have many people coming, going in and out, and definitely you got to have patience, you got to have tolerance for that one. So without having means of covering yourself, a night eye mask is the best way I would advise. Can help you to close your eyes and have a good nap and sleep and rest while people are going in and out of that camp room. Hair plugs, not to get yourself disturbed. This can also help, just like the nighttime mask. People will definitely be talking because everybody has different types of time of sleeping and chatting in there, as much as we can tolerate, but also have patience with with people around you. But if you get disturbed, have earplugs. A pocket Quran, digital Quran app, dua books, Hajj books app, recommended things to carry along with you in the Mina part. Lightweight prayer mat. You can purchase this in Medina, in Mecca, 6 to 10 Saudi Riyal. You will get it on the streets. Good thing that you can carry this all the time, whether you are in Mina or you go into the Haram to pray. Sometimes you don't get space. You will have to be praying on the street. So a light prayer mat will help you just lay down and then pray on the street itself. You can definitely purchase these on the streets in Mecca and Medina. Medical related items, this will become handy. Again, these are all based on some general guidance. We advise that you carry some general medicines as needed. You will also find them in Saudi Arabia in the pharmacies for people who are, air sickness, travel that you can carry with you during the travel. Aspirin, Tylenol, Advil, migraine tablets, because people have been traveling, get sick, having those could be handy for you rather than stepping out and then asking for any of these tablets. Vaseline petroleum jelly becomes important for the cracked skins, heels, cream balms for the cracked skin or heels, diarrhea related medication, Imodium, antacids. You will be exposed to foods that are probably you're not used to, with the different levels of oil and spices and whatnot. So having those would be handy for you. Antibacterial creams for the cuts, surgical face mask, as I mentioned, could become very useful for you as you are very close to a lot of people from a lot of other countries coming in together. Electrolyte tablets for a drink. This is something that I would advise you to carry, but again, consult your doctors. Throat lozenges, those could become very important for you. Many people, many people will get the throat infections in there, and for various reasons. As I said, you are getting close in contact with many people coming close to you. Water. So keep these as handy items to carry during your journey to Hajj. And we also recommend that you take some suitable antibiotics from home, just in case, like amoxicillin and all those. And check advice from your medical doctor. Whatever he advises, make sure that you carry with you. And based on your preconditions, I would ask take those medicines as well. Sufficient medication that you are normally required to take. As I mentioned, anything that is normally being taken for your health conditions, seek the advice from your physicians for medical conditions, diabetes, asthma, heart conditions, blood pressure, etc. Uh, and those are the medications that you want to take based on your doctor's advice. If allergic to specific drugs or having medical conditions, make sure you write this on paper, the file that I talked to you about. Keep it on a person or wear it like a medical alert bracelet so that people know what is your specific drug or allergies that you may have, and inform your guides. These are some of the things that you need to have confidence with your guide, and sharing this information could become life-saving for you. So once again, this is my advice. But if you need to know more, we also have a medical advice webinar plan in next couple of weeks. Please attend that. Based on the interest, we will see how much of the time we can spend on the medical advice. If there is little interest, we probably will not have that webinar itself. All right. Clothing. So some of the items that you want to carry is ihram for changing in the miqat. As I mentioned, you can buy this in Medina itself. But if you want to prepare it right now, this is about the clothing. Ihram is also by the main the fiqh rituals is also being in the state of ihram. But this is the clothing I'm talking about. The belt to tie ihram. That's important because you got to tie it just hard enough that it doesn't slip out. Remember, we are not going to be having anything inside that ihram cloth that you are putting it on you. Tops, bottoms for the tops, t-shirt, jogger pants, something that you will be comfortable for men. For women, linen, jilbabs, hijab, under shamis, lightweight cardinals, some items that you feel comfortable with. There is also going to be a sisters related sessions, by the way. We will also let the sisters talk about, and my sister is also going to be sharing more details on this one as to what best is for the sisters. That's a sisters only session, by the way. And we will share the details in the upcoming week. Common extra clothes to change, slippers, flip-flops, keep one pair for the bathroom use, Mina toilet use. You need to have that with you. Underwear, keep at least two per day. I don't know how much I would be missing those if you don't have them. It's going to get sweaty because of the hot weather. And I have not seen in Saudi Arabia where you kind of get this type of underwear that you get in the Western countries. It's I don't know, for some reason they don't have it, at least in Mecca and Medina, around the Haram areas. So do not expect this to be found there. I would advise you carry it from here. Keep at least two per day, and for that number of days, you may want to have those. It's better that you change those because you would end up having rashes otherwise, and that's another common thing that we find, uh, particularly both men and women. I would ask that keep these extra underwears in consideration as you prepare for this journey. Socks as needed. You may not be wearing all the time, but those sometimes is needed as you walk for long distances with the training shoes or sneakers. I would advise that you have those as well. Trainers, seekers, sneakers that you are comfortable with. Do not attempt to go and buy new ones. Buy those that you are already wearing, a comfortable one, good clean ones, so that you don't end up with some new shoes and sneakers that you were not used to before and end up having trouble walking there. So use only those sneakers and trainers that you have been wearing and comfortable with as you go into Hajj. That's another thing that you want to carry along with you. All right, let's talk about some personal items. Continuing on with this Hajj guides, this becomes handy for you as you go in, and still while the scholars are there, referring back to these, small handy books would be helpful. One of them that I like is the Hajj and Umrah Made Easy guide. Uh, if you have kids like below youngsters going with you, have them, and it could be hanged up on your necks. Good to refer back to on for all of these steps that is needed during the Umrah and Hajj time. This is just a recommendation, by the way. We're not trying to publish anybody in here. Dua list for personal and other related duas. You can prepare your own dua list. Daily reminders for you when you are in Mina and Arafat. A pocket Quran, digital Quran app, dua book, Hajj book. I will also be sharing a digital book for Hajj and Umrah. Very good. I would advise that you start reading through that and preparing yourself. It's important part of the Hajj ritual. Do not go in unprepared. Spend some time, learn about the Hajj rituals. It's Allah's ways of telling us why Hajj is needed, and our Prophet, peace be upon him, has taught us as to how the Hajj and Umrah should be done. And for you going into this journey, you need to learn that this is once in a lifetime. You're putting in money, effort, and preparing yourself, having the knowledge yourself would help you to be in a better state to do all the things that is recommended and advised, or rather, an obligation for it to be performed during the Hajj. So that's my ask for you all. And those are some of the personal items we ask that you carry along with you. All right, let me just come in close to my time. Think those are the things, but early preparedness reduces that expedited fatigue. Hajj, as I said, is a journey of a lifetime. To minimize the stress before arrival, get used to walking. And I was talking with the other brother here. As much as you can, practice walking every day, at least 1 mile, at least a couple of miles every day. Walk out, go out and walk. but avoid strenuous activity as you get closer to the Hajj time. During the Hajj days, uh, drink adequate amount of liquids that we've been talking about, using an umbrella for the sun, and this becomes very crucial for you before and after and during the time of Hajj itself. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah grants you all an easy Hajj journey, and for that efforts are needed from you as well. With that, I think I have come to conclusion of the time that I had for today's preparedness of Hajj. We do have a lot more to cover, and going into the next week, we will be touching on the Hajj itinerary. That's the crucial part of our journey next week. We will talk about each and every step as we prepare you to go into Hajj, and we will talk about your departure point, for your arrivals in Jeddah and Medina, your stay in Medina, your departure from Medina to Mecca, your stay in Mecca, your departure from Mecca to Mina, Mina to Arafah, Arafah to Muzdalifah, Muzdalifah to Mina, and Mina to Mecca, and Mecca to Jeddah. Everything will be covered in there, and we'll talk about the Hajj rituals and fiqh with our teacher, Ustad Imam Abu Muhammad al-Maghribi, some medical advice session, and as well as the sisters only support session, which is planned for 5:03 or 5:10. One of those will be switching or one or the other. And in the last, we'll have one session for pre-departure related question and answers. These are what we have planned up, and we at this I think, and we want to make some time for people to have any questions, and feel free to put those in the chat, but also feel free to ask in coming out of the mute as well. Let me stop at this point and see what questions